welcome to West Ham United. Welcome to London. How does it feel to be here?
It feels really good. Obviously, this has been a huge dream of mine since I first started playing professionally. So I feel like everything is kind of falling into place now because this is exactly where I want to be. So it feels like a dream.
I understand that Rehanne Skinner has spoken to you about the West Ham project. So why was it so important for you to come over here initially, obviously to the Barclays WSL and then West Ham United? What drew you to this club in particular?
Well, I have a funny story about how I first kind of like had an experience over in England. It was my first time and I had never been to an EPL game before. And I went with my friend to a West Ham game in their old stadium. So the smaller stadium. Yeah. And I had never seen anything like it before in my entire life. Like I walked in and I was just like deer in headlights, just like, this is heaven. Like this is like the most amazing thing I've ever been. Like just the culture and the energy. I had never seen anything like it before in my entire life. And like immediately like that, I was drawn to it. And I feel like that first game, like nothing has ever really lived up to it. Like I've been to so many other men's games, EPL games, like all different types of games, and nothing has really stuck out like that specific West Ham game. So it kind of is pretty incredible that this is now the team that I'm going to be playing for. It feels surreal, and I feel like it's kind of like all coming together.
Like a full circle moment.
Yes, like I felt so a part of the community in that one game that I went to, and I've never nothing has ever lived up to that since. So I feel like it's pretty cool that this is going to be my team now. And then specifically with the WSL, I just feel like it is just turned into such an amazing league, and I love watching the games. It's such beautiful football, and I just want to be a part of it.
That's crazy you say that, because I felt exactly the same when I went to Upton Park. It was just like, I mean, I was about 6 or 7 years old. I was like, wow, this is it. I'm done. This is the love of my life. So it's fantastic that you feel the same way. So how much of a big deal is it then for you? Not just to be at West Ham, obviously, but in the Barclays WSL, and to be part of a culture in a country where it is number one, basically?
Yeah, it's definitely a huge deal because, again, this is just a dream that I have had since playing professionally. I just want to, I feel like I can do so much more with my game. Like I feel like in the NWSL, I've done so much, I've learned so much, I've had so many experiences, but now I feel like it's also time for me to experience something else. And I feel like this is the type of football that I want to experience, and this is the type of football that I want to test myself with. So I feel like it's going to be just such a journey for me, trying to, integrate in, and also I think it's going to be good for the team and for the league, because I do feel like I have so much wisdom and experience from the NWSL and from my years playing professionally to bring to this league.
You've obviously watched a lot of the games in the WSL. How do you compare, do you think, the quality, the intensity of that league and the NWSL?
I feel like I get this question a lot, and it is hard because I obviously haven't played in this league yet, but from what I hear, I feel like one isn't better or worse. It's just very much a little bit of a different game. I feel like in the NWSL, it's a lot of running, a lot of athleticism, very transitional. And I know that this league can be like that sometimes as well, but I feel like there's a little bit more football played here where, more passes are like put together. Possession is kept a little bit more.
And will that suit your game, do you think?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
I can run. I'm usually like a runner too. Like I can run for days too, but I do feel like
you might be able to rest your legs slightly, a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, from the games that I've been watching, like the league is getting better and better every single year. I've been watching for the past couple of years now, and literally like every game is just so good, and I'm like, oh my God, am I even going to be good enough for this? But I do think that a huge part that I will bring is, my tactical awareness, my technical side. I do think that there is a lot that I can bring and a lot that I can show more so in this league rather than the NWSL.
And speaking of your experiences there that you'll bring into your new team, you've obviously just had a fantastic experience in the NWSL with Gotham, winning the championship. What was that like? Can you tell us?
It was pretty crazy because last year we were in last place.
Exactly.
And we finished last place.
So you've gone from there to there.
Yeah, and then this year, of course, we won.
Hopefully that rubs off on West Ham.
Yeah, that was all me. No. But yeah, it was so awesome. We had a great group of girls. We had a great group for the staff and for the coaches, and we all just believed that we could do it. It was probably the best year that I had in the NWSL, just with the team, with the whole group. I think it just felt really, really good. I think what I brought to the team is just my experience in the league. Like, I know what to expect. I know how to be a leader on the team. So I hope that I can also bring some of that here.
Mm. And speaking of your sister, Sam, she's obviously played over in the WSL with Manchester City. What did she say to you about coming over to this league? You've obviously watched her play as well.
Yeah, she loved it when she was here. She really did. She said all of the things that I've kind of been saying too. Everyone here is a footballer, and I think that that's maybe a little bit what the difference is. Like, and that's nothing against the NWSL. Like, there are way more talented girls in the NWSL than me, but I truly think that here it's just like a little bit more of like that football culture, a little bit more technical, a little bit more tactical. Yeah. You know, more passing, those types of things. And I want to do that, and I want to try it, and I want to elevate my game in that way.
In terms of coming over to a country where, you know, football is the #1 sport, it's everybody's life over here. Do you feel the pressure of that? Because obviously there'll be a lot more focus on you, and women's football is the fastest growing sport in the UK.
Yeah, I definitely feel a lot of pressure, but I, again, want to be a part of that. Like, that excites me, and that makes me feel a little bit like an underdog in a little bit, because I'm just like, oh, like, can I handle this? Like, I feel like when my back's up against the wall, I perform better, and I want to be challenged. I think that's kind of the most important thing to me right now in my career, is that I want to be challenged, and I think that this is going to be just a super challenging thing for me to do. So I'm excited about it.
So once you're in the team and you've sort of trained and you're ready, you're game ready, who or which team are you looking forward to facing the most?
Oh gosh, I feel like there are so many. I mean, Chelsea, obviously, Man United, City, all of the teams are really stepping up, and they're so good. So I think every single game is going to be a battle, and it's going to just kind of be a cool feeling, like, oh, I'm playing Man United this weekend, or like, oh, I'm playing City this weekend. Like, I've always kind of wanted to say that, so it's going to feel good saying that I'm playing these historically reputable teams.
And obviously you're becoming up against your other half as well. What's that like? I can't even imagine what it's like.
Yeah, I do think that people think it's like, you know, like a big deal and stuff, but I feel like both of us are just super professional, and this is what we do for work, and this is our passion. And yes, we support each other, but we also don't mind going at each other either. I think we probably go harder into each other.
Yeah.
So it will be very competitive for sure, and I think it's kind of just part of our lives now, and we've accepted that, and we support each other through it. But it feels good, and I'm excited.
Yeah, but I know I've wanted to 2-foot tackle my other half a couple of times, but sadly we don't play against each other. You've been involved in lots of major tournaments, obviously. But let's touch on the World Cup that's just gone. I mean, it's incredible, really, and how exciting the growth of the women's game is globally. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. Could you see that? Was there a real kind of palpable sense of how big it is getting now? Definitely,
yes. It was huge. It was a lot of pressure. It was also so awesome. Like, it was so awesome, the attention that the women's side is getting now. And it was just like, it affected so much of the world. So, like, I think our reach was incredible. So it feels really good to be a part of something like that, and part of a movement like that, because I think that that's all we've ever really wanted, is we've just wanted attention. We've wanted people to see us for what we do and who we are, and we deserve that.
Yeah, it's back page news, front page news now. It's everywhere, which is brilliant. And I know, speaking from experience, the women's game was virtually non-existent, especially over here. It might have been different in the States because it was a lot bigger, wasn't it, in the 90s? How do you ever sort of look back and think about how important you are and your teammates and all women in the women's game, how important you are to the young girls now who are, you know, you've got visibility for young female fans, and how important that is and what a role model you can be, and how much do you cherish that?
It is really special. You know, whenever a fan or a young girl comes up to me and they're like, "You're my idol, like I play because of you," it just makes me think to when I was that age and I felt that same way about Mia Hamm and about other female athletes. And it means so much to me because I've kind of made it, in a sense. Like, that's my idea of making it, is that I have been able to positively impact other women's lives, other girls' lives. And I think that that was my goal at the end of the day. Like, yes, I went to the World Cup. Yes, I went to the Olympics. I'm playing professionally still. But I think that my true goal in life is changing other people's lives.
Yeah.
And I feel really happy that I was able to do that, even if it's just for one or two people. I feel really special that I was able to do that.
Yeah, it's a real privilege to be in a position like that, isn't it? Because you're part of a massive movement. Women in football really can't be underestimated. Let's talk about you as a player, what the fans can expect, what your teammates can expect. You know, if we were just seeing you for the first time, what will we see?
It's always weird kind of talking about yourself, but I think I'm a hard worker, number one. I kind of have that blue collar mentality, which I feel like is kind of what West Ham has and what they're known for. And that's me to a T. Me and my sister are definitely like that. So I'll always be hardworking. I think over the years I have become a little bit of a leader. Not a super vocal leader, but I feel like I lead with example and I lead with performance. And I think, you know, I have a decent pass. I have a decent left foot. I work hard defensively. I just feel like everything that West Ham embodies, I can be that, and that kind of is who I am. So I'm excited to be a part of such a cool blue collar, I can be myself type of club, and I'm really excited for it.
Obviously, it hasn't been going as well as they would want it to, but how excited are you to be a part of this kind of new chapter and a growing project at this football club?
Yeah, I know obviously the team isn't where they want to be right now, but it's obviously growing. It's getting better. From what I hear from Rehanne, there's so many great pieces. It just all needs to fit together. And I look forward to playing with the girls. I've watched a couple of the games and they just have so much potential. They have so much skill. It looks like they could really build something great. And I'm just kind of excited to jump in there and be a part of it and affect it as best as I can and have a positive impact.
You said you love London. Do you know much about the East End of London? It's kind of different. I'm a West Ham fan. What do you know about it? Do you know much of the lingo?
Honestly, no. Everyone's going to have to teach me. I really don't know much.
You said cleats earlier and the whole room went silent. They didn't have a clue what you were talking about.
I know. I have to learn its boots. I know. I do have a lot to learn. I don't know too much about East London, but I do know that one game that I went to, I've never had, it was probably one of my happiest days of my entire life. So I know that you guys can give me that.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll have a lot more happy days. How much are you looking forward to putting on the Claret and Blue shirt and getting out there on the pitch? How exciting is that?
Oh, it's going to feel so good with my name on the back and my number, and then just wearing the West Ham, what do you call it? The West Ham badge.
Yeah, the hammers.
The West Ham badge.
Yeah, the badge.
It's gonna feel so good. I'm so pumped about it. I think I saw it today, just like on a jersey, and I was just like, that is so cool. Like, that is so cool that it has come full circle like this, and I get to wear one of those.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And just finally, you know, you've had ups and downs in your career. You know, you ruptured your ACL. You've gone from kind of being out of the game for a little bit with injury, and then you've gone on to win a championship. What do you think this next phase of your career will look like?
I think it's going to be kind of like a new version of myself. I think I'm going to carry all of the things that I've been through and carry all the things that I'm good at, and I'm kind of throwing it into this new environment and throwing it into this new journey that I've always wanted to take. So I feel like it's going to be a really good one, and I'm going to give it everything. I'm so excited to get started, and yeah, I can't wait.
Well, good luck. I can't wait to see how you get on.
Thank
and
you.
Come on, you Irons.
Yeah, come on.